Are you like Dylan? Wanting to learn Procreate but completely overwhelmed? You've got this world-class digital illustration app at your fingertips, but it seems way too complex to just get started? Believe me, you're not alone. In this video, I'll walk you through the essential Procreate basics, from mastering simple coloring techniques to exploring the diverse array of brushes available. Then, you'll finally be able to pick up that very expensive pencil and start creating high-quality mock-ups to showcase your talent. So let's get started. When you first open the app, you'll be greeted by the Procreate gallery, which hosts all of your projects. To start a new project, tap on the plus icon here. You'll notice there are multiple standard options to choose from, including screen size, which will match the resolution of your device and turn that into a canvas. You can also create a custom size by clicking this button. I'll stick with the stock screen size for today, and with another tap, our canvas is created. But before we dive into our sneaker designs, I need to cover some of the fundamentals of Procreate for those of us who may be opening the app for the first time. Once inside, you'll notice a blank canvas before you with numerous options at the top. We've got our editing tools on the left and painting tools here on the right. Before delving into them, let's acquaint ourselves with the two primary features you'll use the most: brushes and layers. Clicking on the brush icon will open up an entire menu of brush categories, with each containing its own unique brush variants. There's a huge array of brushes to choose from, with even more available online. Additionally, tapping on any brush will open the customization section, where you'll find sliders to adjust the various settings, along with a sample board to try them out. Don't worry if all of these settings seem overwhelming at first. Mastering them isn't necessary, but it is good to know that they exist, and you can customize every brush to your liking. Each brush possesses distinct abilities and can be used with just your finger, but truly becomes unlocked when paired with the Apple Pencil. So experiment with the different levels of pressure, stroke speed, and tilt to explore all of the possibilities. On the canvas, the sliders on the left assist in adjusting the size and opacity of your brushes. The top slider controls the brush's size, while the bottom slider adjusts its transparency. Quick tip: one of the most common gestures you'll be using is the undo button, easily accessed by tapping on the screen with two fingers. Plenty more of these coming soon. Now, let's delve into layers, one of the most crucial features in Procreate. To access them, simply tap on the button with two parallel squares and the Layers panel will appear. By default, your first layer is already open. To add another layer, tap on the plus icon. Any drawing that you create on this new layer will be exclusive to the second layer only. There are several additional actions that you can perform with each layer. For instance, toggle layers on and off by tapping the check box. Tapping the N button brings up the layer blend modes, offering various options for how layers interact with one another. You can also adjust the transparency by dragging the opacity slider. To close the blend mode menu, simply tap the N button again. Swiping left on any layer allows you to lock it, preventing further drawing on the layer. You can duplicate a layer to make a copy of it, or delete a layer entirely. If you're starting to accumulate a lot of layers, you can group them together by swiping right on each one and then clicking group at the top. This method is useful for organizing layers while still allowing individual editing down the line. You can rename your group as desired by double tapping on New Group and then clicking Rename from the menu that appears. Alternatively, if you don't need to edit the individual layers separately, you can merge them together. To do this, hold the topmost and bottom layers of the section you want to merge and pinch them together. If you accidentally merged or grouped layers together, don't worry, as it's time to talk about some of our other gestures. Remember, two-finger tap to undo an action, hold down to undo multiple past actions. For redoing actions, three-finger tap the screen or keep holding to redo multiple actions. With a three-finger gesture, a wiping motion erases everything on your current layer. You can zoom in and out by pinching with two fingers. For a better view, pinch the screen to see your artwork again in full screen, and four-finger tap to remove the interface. Another helpful gesture for achieving cleaner lines or shapes is to draw them with your pencil and hold at the end to let Procreate smooth them out. Tap with another finger to autocorrect to a perfect circle, and then drag to adjust the size and alignment. You can do this with other shapes as well. Lastly, swipe right with 2 fingers on a layer to activate Alpha Lock, ensuring painted elements stay within the shape. This feature will be extremely helpful down the line when we get to working on all of the individual panels of our sneakers. If you want to import a photo, tap on the Actions menu indicated by the wrench icon. Under the Add section, click Insert a Photo. This will open your gallery where you choose the photo you want to insert into your project. Once uploaded, the image is automatically selected, indicated by the marching ants around your subject and the transform tool being highlighted near the top. Here, you can perform basic transformations such as rotating or flipping. While the image is selected, you can also adjust its size or alignment to fit your project. Touching on some of the other editing tools, we have the Selection tool, which allows you to make and adjust selections, cut, copy, and paste, and mask other parts of your art. The Adjustments tool allows you to make changes to brightness, contrast, saturation, add blur, and much more. Now, if you're worried about having to find your own sneaker mockups each time you want to make a custom design, don't worry because Angelus provides a plethora of mockups for free download. These mockups also aren't just flat images. They come as PSD files and include all of the various sections of a shoe as individual layers for easier customization. By the way, Procreate records everything you do in a time lapse. More on that later though. Feel free to explore all of the sneaker models on your own, but for now, let's navigate back to our gallery. Here's a helpful tip. If you have multiple canvases for the same project and want to organize them, you can do so by selecting them and then tapping on Stack. This action creates a folder containing all of the selected canvases. Now let's tap to return to our project. Our mockup is looking a bit bare, so let's finally add some color. Tap on the circle in the top right to open the Color Picker menu. There are a few different modes here at the bottom you could pick from, such as the disc, where the outer dial allows you to select the hue, while the inner disc adjusts the shade. Classic mode provides sliders for hue, saturation, and luminance. Harmony offers different modes for alternative color options, such as complementary or triadic colors. Then there's value, allowing you to input specific hex codes. And lastly, palette, where you can build your own color palettes over time. Since these mockups already have each panel separated, a really cool trick for filling closed shapes is to simply drag and drop the color directly onto the shape. Another tool that I'm using constantly is the Color Picker, located right here between the brush and opacity sliders. Once it's activated, I can hover over any color on our canvas and it'll become our new color selection. Now, let's discuss blend modes. These control how colors interact between layers, offering effects like adjusting brightness, contrast, saturation, and blending colors to create shadows and highlights. Here's an example of them in action. If you open the Layers tab, you'll notice that the blend modes are labeled LB instead of N like the new layers we created earlier. This change indicates that all these layer blend modes have been set to linear burn in advance. So now, if I were to paint any new colors, you'll still see some of that detail underneath because of the various shadows and highlights on the sneaker. Switching the blend mode back to normal would result in a flat, solid color within the shape of the layer, losing all of that detail underneath. Multiply mode would also achieve similar results. It's important to note that this workflow only works if you have a white drawing or white sneaker underneath. While using Procreate, you'll eventually reach a point where you want to draw or color within the boundaries of a specific object in your drawing instead of across the whole canvas. This is where masks come in handy. By default, each layer on the mockups that we've downloaded has Alpha Lock turned on, which is that feature I mentioned earlier that would really come in handy. This feature ensures that if you draw directly on the layer, it will keep all of the artwork within the given shape of that layer. Use Alpha Lock when you want to permanently bake something into the layer. However, for more control, we can utilize Clipping Mask. If we create a new layer and then double tap to select Clipping Mask, anything we draw on our new layer will stay within the bounds of whatever shape we have underneath. Clipping Mask are non-destructive, so we can use our eraser or smudge tools and it won't have any impact on the layer underneath. However, if we had Alpha Lock turned on, then we don't have that same layer of flexibility when it comes to erasing and such, since everything's on one layer. We can quickly toggle these clipping masks on and off and stack as many on top of each other as needed. These clipping masks will really come in handy anytime you're trying to paint a gradient or add any textures within a given region. Now, let's delve into adding textures and images to enhance our design. Building upon our previous topic of clipping mask, create a new clipping mask above the layer you plan to work on. Then, let's open up our brush menu, head into the textures section, and find a really cool pattern to work with. You can then brush this right on top of your panel. Use the size and opacity sliders to give it a different look as well. There's an insane amount of cool options that you can pick from in the stock library, but we also just released our very first brush set. These feature a bunch of our most popular stencils that I've been using on all of my painted designs for years. Now, let's discuss inserting images onto your design itself. So let's say I'm creating a Jaguars theme. I can retrieve their logo from Google and insert it directly into our project. To isolate this logo from its background, let's dive deeper into some of these other editing tools. Begin by clicking the Selection tool. By default, the Automatic Selection option should be activated. When I tap on the background, you'll notice the color changes. You can adjust the selection threshold to control the sensitivity of the tool, allowing you to capture more or less of the surrounding pixels based on your needs. Next, I'll click on the Eraser tool. Similar to the Brush tool, you can select any brush option for your erasing needs. You'll also notice that there are moving grayed out diagonal lines everywhere except for our current selection. Therefore, if I start erasing within this area, it will clear out some of that background. Then tap the Selection tool to exit. Now, let's discuss manual selections. Tap the Selection tool again, select the freehand option, and then draw around the Jaguar, and tap the gray dot to close the loop. Then, click Invert so that everything besides the Jaguar will be selected. We can confirm this because those moving gray diagonal lines indicate parts that are not part of your current selection. And finally, swipe with 3 fingers to clear the rest of your layer. Now we can reposition that Jaguar head to wherever we need it to go. One hacker trick that was an absolute game changer for me was taking mid-progress photos during a project. So anytime I feel stuck on a decision that I need to make, like finding the perfect swoosh color or considering what color laces might complete the job, I'll take a photo of the shoes wherever I'm at in the process and then start playing around with the different options in Procreate. Sometimes doing this can pull me right out of a creative rut rather than staring at the shoes for hours. Trust me, I've been there. Remember how I mentioned that Procreate records everything that you do on your canvas? Well, you can actually check out your progress in a time-lapse recording by clicking the wrench icon. Then over in the video section, Time-Lapse Replay will show you everything that you've done on your canvas. If everything looks good to go, you can share your progress with the world by clicking on the Export Time-Lapse button in that same menu. As always, people love seeing the journey, so being able to share how you started with a simple concept and turned it into a reality is always a great option to have. Now there's a crucial step between mastering mockup creation in Procreate and bringing your project to life, especially when it comes to creating wearable art. To ensure you're equipped with the necessary knowledge and avoid the frustration of spending time designing and painting only for your creation to crack and chip, make sure you check out this video next. Alright guys, everybody get out there and just create.